Hello and welcome to
Pop Off, Sis! The show where we talk about life, current events, and, well, ourselves.
I'm your co-host, Lydia.
And I'm your co-host, Margot. Welcome to this week's episode. Hello, guys. Welcome back.
Episode 3. Hi, guys.
Episode 3. We are so ready. We are so excited to have you back. Welcome.
How is everyone? I always hear people ask that on podcasts, and I'm like, they can't respond.
It's like when Dora pauses for you to respond to her.
Where are we going?
I'm the map. The map. Guys, after my beautiful singing in last episode, or my ad-libbing, I think that I've discovered that my singing just needs to be a part of every episode.
Yeah, okay. What are you singing this week? Sorry.
It was the map song.
That was your singing.
I'm the map. I'm the map. Yeah, you're welcome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's the map? The map character or Margot Trouvé?
I mean, I guess we'll never know.
Wow. Did you see the live action of Dora? I didn't see it.
No, but
there's like a live action.
I'm not gonna lie. I looked at that trailer. I thought it looked good.
Oh, we are two different people, Margot. I looked at that and I was like, next.
I thought it looked really like adventurous.
Yeah.
And she was like more like a teenager. Low-key, she was like slim thick. Like I was like, Dora's cute.
I'm weak. Okay. So before we get into our roses and thorn of this week, we have a very special update. Margot. Well, I'll go first.
You go first.
Because mine was first.
It was
December 1st, in fact. Oh, ooh, that was a bad one. Anyway.
We're loud
today. So we are loud today. Energy. It has been a week. Woo! Okay, so I told you guys this last week, but we both had birthdays coming up right after the last episode. So by now, we have both had our birthdays. I turned 22 on December 1st. Kind of an underwhelming age, I know, but the day was great. The Ravens won. That was like my big gift of the day, is that they beat the 49ers 20-17. We love to see it.
We love it.
So,
we love football. Go football.
I spent the day at home because it was the end of break, and my parents, just got me food. They, were just all about me for the day, which it's every day, but, but it was still nice. So yeah, I had a great, chill, 22 fitting birthday. But
I love it.
You, on the other hand,
I had a bit of a wild Monday night, as one does. Well, okay, here's the thing. I knew my birthday was going to be on a Monday, the Monday after break. And with that in mind, I first of all thought, well, people probably are not going to come. Lydia, no, I'm just kidding.
No,
she had a lot of work.
I was going to let you finish, and then I'll pray for mercy.
But so I went out on a Monday night. We went to some bars. I started drinking at 4 p.m.
Wow.
Because my best friend was getting on a flight. Or no, 3 p.m. because my best friend had to leave at 4 p.m. to get on a flight. But he was like, I am buying you your first drink on your 21st. Which ended up being this huge margarita, like the size of my face. And then I kept drinking until like 1 a.m. So, it was a wild night. And then I met up with my parents. They bought me like a nice glass of wine, like my first like real nice glass of wine.
Awesome.
And then I met up with some friends in downtown DC, and we went out, and I got quite drunk, and I didn't spend a dime, so it was a great night.
That is a successful 21st birthday. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
Wait, so your first official drink was tequila?
Okay. And then I had tequila and wine and beer.
Oh, you done mixed them all. I don't know the rhyme, but you not done the rhyme correctly.
Yeah, Tuesday was rough.
Tuesday.
The day after the birthday.
Right.
But, I recovered. I went to all my classes.
Nice. That's impressive.
I had a great birthday. I'm very thankful to all my friends and family who made my day so special.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person to make your day so special.
But I felt the love.
Yes, but I was so, I really was like, she's going to hate me. It's her 21st. Like, of all birthdays.
I don't even think I made it to your 21st.
I feel like you were there. And if you weren't, there was, maybe you weren't, but I don't think you were on campus. Like, it wasn't like you were there. Were you? Yeah. It was my apartment. not very
No, I
exciting.
wasn't. I'm trying to think. I think there was a conflict.
Okay.
And I couldn't make it. So it's just it's
equal.
payback. Yeah.
No, it's not payback. I'm telling you guys, I was in the library until like 11 something. Like it was what do you mean? Joy? I really was. You should have seen. I was texting Maggie. I was like, I feel like shit. But
no, Lydia,
yeah, it was just not happening.
Yeah. You know, it's all love.
I'm happy you had a great birthday.
I'm happy you had a great birthday. We need to go out together to celebrate our cumulative birthdays.
Yes.
Maybe a little DC.
Let's have a DC moment.
Let's have a DC moment, because I know you are not about these bars at this college.
No. Okay.
But I am not either.
We're just going to say, because I've been informed that we can say, that we go to the University of Maryland.
We do.
College Park. Okay. We got some feedback that we were just not disclosing that where we actually go, which we weren't, because we don't know copyright, we don't know trademarking,
we don't know like affiliation
yes.
issues, like are we not allowed to curse if the University of Maryland is mentioned, because I have some feelings.
True.
And I need to be able to
freely express them.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, we are proud Terps. Anyway, the bar scene is just not it here in College Park. You got Route 1 and that's it. That we are just, I'm sorry, my level of class does not match. I'm not gonna
I don't think it's class and Route 1 bars can be said in the same sentence.
Correct. So we'll leave it there. But yes, I'm all for a DC legal moment, because now we're both
legal
of
moment.
Age.
And there was never a DC illegal moment.
I almost said unlegal. Awkward. Okay.
So now that we've discussed our great birthdays, we're going to do our use, our rose, and our thorn. How's your week, Lydia? What's your rose? What's your thorn?
So my thorn, I'll start with that so we can end on a positive.
Oh,
my thorn was that this week was absolute hell. I had something due in every class every single day. And the amount of late nights, like I wasn't eating really much, not really skipping. I was skipping meals. Like it was bad. And a lot of stuff was group work. And you know how group work goes a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was that. And I just had 2 very important presentations this week that I'm very glad are over with. But you know, you get in your own head, so it's just stressful on top of nerves. So it was a lot. But I'm glad to be here, because this means it's all over.
And you made it through.
And I made it through. And that kind of goes right into my rose of yesterday. I applied for graduation.
Oh my God.
Which is like, oh my gosh, what?
I cannot believe it. I'm going to shed a tear here.
Yeah. Apparently it takes a couple of weeks to get approved. Like they have to review your classes and make sure you meet everything, but you meet with your advisors and they let you know you're good. But it's just like, it was so casual the way I did it. Like I was just sitting in my room and was like, oh, I know it's open, let me register. It wasn't like this big dramatic moment, but I don't know, just getting the email that was like, your application has been processed. I'm excited and scared at the same time.
Lydia, I can't believe you're graduating. That is amazing. I can't believe you're so old now. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Just kidding. I'm not old enough to be offended by your old.
I know. It's like we're still so youthful, 21 and 22. I mean, but wow, I can't believe you're graduating. I'm gonna miss you.
Thanks. I'm gonna miss you too, but I'll still see you, because hopefully this thing will still be going.
Yeah. We just need some of them sponsors, like we talked about in the first episode.
Flat tummy tea, Spanx, freaking
weighted blankets.
Oh, I want to weighted. Okay.
Me
Listen,
too.
Somebody, I know one of y'all listening, one of my family members, somebody out here knows somebody that can get us anything. Shoot, give me like, I don't know, give me a high school ad to do, okay? I know I'm not there, but we can fake it till we make it. I don't know. We know somebody, Margot.
Yeah, somebody who's listening. I know you're like, oh, they're probably talking to me. Yeah, we are talking to you. Where's our offer? Where's our sponsor? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. My thorn, guys, this is kind of a rose and a thorn. People are gonna be like, really, Margot, this is your thorn. But so for my birthday, very luckily, my parents gave me money to get a festival ticket. The festival is called Electric Forest. It happens in Michigan. And as somebody who's recently kind of become obsessed with EDM, I know I'm one of those rave people. I'm gross. I get it. But Electric Forest is kind of like the mecca of the ravers. And it's supposed to be like this whole experience, blah, blah, blah. It's their 10-year anniversary. And so this morning, like general admission tickets went on sale at 10 a.m. this morning. All of us, like in this group chat, this whole group, we were prepared to go together. We went to a Bonnaroo last year in Tennessee, and we were all going to go, and we were so excited, and we were like waiting online. And so what happens is they first sell tickets to loyalty customers. So like people who have gone for 6 years get first pick. Then people who have gone there 4 years in a row get second pick. And then anybody who's gotten a ticket before gets a loyalty code. And so all of them were able to get tickets before they released it to like the general public. And so it went on sale. I got in somehow because essentially if you're on the website before 10 a.m., they put you randomly in an order in line. And then everyone who comes on after 10 a.m. gets in line behind you. I was on before 10 a.m. So we're like the majority of our group. I got on there for some reason. I was able to get in 8 minutes. I don't know. I just lucked out. One of our friends was able to get in 4 minutes. So we each bought tickets for 2 people. So excited. Amazing.
Wow.
It was great. And then it sold out in 30 minutes and none of the rest of our group could get tickets. And so now I'm really conflicted because I think that like festivals, you're just like really anything you do is so much about like the people who you go with. And people say that with this festival, like you also meet so many people and the people there are so good, which is part of what makes it amazing. But I don't know. I just feel wrong going without like the rest of my people.
Right.
And like last year it sold out in 5 hours. So we were like prepared, but 30 minutes.
And you said it's the 10th anniversary, so people, and the loyalty thing. Wait, so how many people out of your group do have tickets now?
So there's 4 of us.
Okay, and how big was the group originally?
I think it was like 10 or more of us. So
I feel like they would understand. It's hard, but I feel like they'll understand.
I feel like they will, but it's just a personal guilt
Of
thing.
course.
And so it's like, I have this amazing thing that I can go to, but like I'm not excited necessarily.
I'm sorry,
Which is like, that's why it's my thorn. Why it's like... And I know this is like first world problems,
right?
Okay? Like I get that I sound a little pretentious, but I just want to be able to go with my whole group. And so I'm sad about that. I'm hoping that they'll find some way to get tickets. But when people resell tickets, it's usually very expensive because they're trying to turn a profit.
Right.
And they know that people will. I mean, especially for something that's sold out in 30 minutes. And I was thinking like how many other groups, you know,
did the same?
Yeah.
Probably a lot. At least it's not like there was literally one friend in the group that didn't get it. Like at least there's multiple. Like that would be bad. So that I don't know. They could all be sad together. Maybe
support group.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I hope eventually you get to the point. When is the festival?
It's not till June.
So maybe over the months you'll have time to really think about it and like get excited again and not feel as bad.
Yeah.
Or at least you can feel bad, but in the moment enjoy it and then go back to feeling bad after.
Feel bad that I experienced something so magical. Okay, it's just a festival, but it's life. But it's just a festival.
So, would you ever want to go to Coachella?
No.
Really? Because that's totally different.
Well, it's just like what's kind of cool about these festivals is it's not like necessarily that crowd. Like Bonnaroo was cool because so Electric Forest is only EDM, but Bonnaroo was multiple genres, and they had like some big names. But, like, you're not necessarily getting, like, the people who go to Coachella. Like, I don't want to spend a weekend with everyone who lives in L.A. who's just going there to take Instagram photos.
Right.
And Coachella is insanely expensive.
It's expensive. Duh. And it also, like, this one you're going to is all about EDM, too. So it's, like, it's not necessarily
it's all the weirdos. It's fine.
No, that's a whole group.
Yeah.
That's a thing. You're gonna have a blast. Wow.
In a long time. So my rose is pretty simple. Today is the last day of classes. It's the end of the semester. It is the first semester in my life, in my whole life, that I've gone to every single class. Like I haven't missed because I've been sick or something, which is pretty crazy. And then the other thing, humble brags over here, but I'm just proud of myself. This is also the first time in my life that I think, I mean, knock on wood, I have some finals to do, but that I will get a 4.0 GPA for the semester.
I wish you had sound machines. That's amazing. Wow. That's like that's its own episode, honestly. But oh my god. So what do you think is the reason for this? Is it the classes themselves? Is it your schedule? Is it...
It's my mindset. My motivation changed.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, I took a semester off of school, came back, and I was like, I'm not fucking around. Like, if I'm here for a reason. And that reason is not to party.
But see that motivation, and that makes it all, I feel like, feel all better.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, these are really humble brags over here. Like, I feel so proud of myself.
No, you should. Wow.
Because it's a lot. It's like, I'm like, oh, when you actually try, like, it's a lot of work.
When you actually apply yourself, what a concept.
I mean... So now on to pop culture. I am actually very excited about our first topic today. I find it very interesting, and I think there are lots of things we can discuss around it. So if you are unfamiliar, which I was until I met some people who had been to Art Basel, it is a art festival that happens in Miami every year. It also happens in like Basel, Switzerland, and one other place. And it's this huge tourist attraction. Not even tourist. It just attracts artists from all over the world, celebrities from all over the world. So celebrities swirl around there. The Kardashians go there. Big names, rich people. The people I know who have been there say that, quote, all the most interesting artists in the world are in Miami during that time. Every club has a top rapper or DJ. There's art everywhere, and artists pay to put their exhibits in galleries. So it's kind of this big deal. So anyways, it's going on right now in Miami. And the statement piece of this year's Art Basel is titled Comedian. And what it is, and I shit you not, is a banana bought from a grocery store, as in a 50 cents yellow banana that you might find in your local Giant, and some gray duct tape, and it is the banana duct taped to the wall. And it is selling for $120,000.
No.
Yeah.
I was like waiting for you to explain what the cool part of this art piece was, and that's it. A banana duct tape
to a wall.
What's gonna happen when it ripens and browns and gets all...
There's been some articles saying that, you know, it's now browning, so it's probably gonna rot soon.
Yeah. Is it gonna is the bottom part gonna open up?
I mean, probably.
Whoa.
So the piece is titled Comedian, and apparently it's by this Italian artist, Maurizio Cattelan, who likes making these sculptures that are satirical, and apparently this piece is supposed to comment on pop culture. Now, what I find the most hilarious about contemporary art, because also Art Basel is all modern and contemporary art, is that it can literally be anything. It's all like trying to comment on society, and people will pay so much money for it just to say, you know, I have a Maurizio Cattelan in my room. It's no longer there because the banana rotted and it smelled terrible, but I did pay $120,000 for it. It's like the whole point of this art is just so that wealthy people can buy it and say like, oh, I bought it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I find that that's so interesting and just so hilarious to me.
Yeah, like I'm conflicted because I do believe that you can find like beauty in very simple things, like splatter paint a white canvas and it's like, oh my God, I want this on my wall. Or
right.
like
I don't know. Like a
what's
Jackson
it called?
Pollock.
Yeah, him. Yeah. So I don't know, but this is just maybe too. I'm very supportive of the creatives and thinking outside the box, but I don't know. This even for me, I'm like, if no one really cared or like reported in the media that there was this $120,000 banana on the wall, it would just be it would still be that art piece in Art Basel, but like it wouldn't have the hype. So I think that makes people more like, ooh, I want to be the one that gets it, you know?
Oh, for sure. Especially because like it's gone around social media. There's all these pictures because I think everyone is kind of like, this is ridiculous, but in a way that makes people want it more who have the money. So, I mean, can you imagine like a bidding war over this banana? But I think it kind of ties into a kind of interesting aspect of art that a lot of art is just, you know, people proving like art is made for the wealthy. If you go back to Renaissance Italy and like the Medici family, who are maybe the most famous patrons of art ever, they were, you know, spending all this money so that artists would create, but they also were spending all this money because it gave them that title, right? Like, they are still remembered today, so many years later, because they were the patrons. And so I think it is funny. I think in a way it is people trying to be able to pop up in the news and say, well, I bought this thing. But the difference, though, between Italian Renaissance is now and this product is that, you know, like, the Sistine Chapel was being painted then, and here's a banana duct taped to a wall.
Yeah, I wonder what, like, professional classic art, European, whatever their title, people think about, like, that kind of stuff. Like
the contemporary art movement.
Yeah, like, do they think that it's, like, cool, or are they, like, really judgmental of it?
So I have to tell you, so my boyfriend Jake went to Art Basel, and he was telling me he was at this brunch with artists and, like, buyers, and one of the art pieces was this woman was dancing with an ice sculpture, and then all of a sudden just takes down her pants and pees on it. So this is kind of, it's very interesting in this day and age what performance art and contemporary art has become, because it can be anything, and then people just, like, slap a meaning on it, and they're like, I'm talking about society.
You know what? You could just cite your pee story from our first episode as you just making a statement on society.
I mean,
in the middle of that buoy mongers.
I was trying to say, down with the patriarchy, I'm gonna pee on this floor.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting. That's crazy. Okay, I'm not sure about this banana, but interesting. Let us know in the comments what you think about our version of the banana on the wall on our Instagram,
because we recreated it.
Yeah, go look, because I think ours is outside the box. You know, it's an X, so there's more to work with. We got, you know, probably a fresher banana at this point, because we just did it, and this banana been do you know how long the banana's been on the wall?
I actually do not, but I do know that it is starting to brown, so
Right.
It must have been on there, like, but bananas can brown pretty fast, so maybe like a week. But, you know, I think that our artwork should go for $160,000.
True, we got the extra piece of tape.
Yeah,
so it should be
more.
Right.
Yeah. That's $40,000 right there, that piece of tape.
Any buyers out there, hit us up. Now, moving on to a story darker than that browning Art Basel banana.
Oh my. It really is a lot darker than that.
I know, I feel bad that I just said that.
No, you know what? It's transitions.
Right.
Yes. Uber has released a report that there have been nearly 6,000 incidents of sexual assault within a 2-year time period, which is insane. That is such a high number.
That's crazy.
It was a report that was collecting data between 2017 and 2018. They say that there was a total of 5,981 reports of sexual assault, with 464 of those being instances of rape.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't even have words. This on top of what happened, I think, last year in South Carolina at USC. Do you remember this
that
story?
girl?
The girl who got murdered after she went into a car that she thought was an Uber. It's just, here's the thing. I have signed up for 2 apps, like, where you work. One is a dog walking app and one is Postmates. And I think Uber has a similar sign-up process. And the thing is, you just submit your information, you get a background check, and that's it. Then you're good to go. I mean, yeah, you have to write, like, I think, like, 1 3-sentence thing about why you want to work for them or something. But there is no interview. There is no nothing. You don't know who these people working are. And yes, some Uber drivers are fantastic. I've had some amazing conversations with some. It's been awesome. But you don't know who you're getting in the car with. And that's just, I mean, this report is crazy. And as a female, that's always been a fear of mine. And, you know, if I'm Ubering home from a night out and I'm kind of drunk or tipsy, it's not something I'm necessarily gonna pay attention to, which is really terrifying. And I mean, 464 rapes.
That is crazy. Does it say it? And it's probably all over, right, in terms of location?
Yeah, I think so. And
jeez, it's true. Like, you never know who you're getting in the car with, and it's just crazy because we think of Uber and all these driving apps as like a way to be safer, and it's kind of like you'd think, well, what's so different than a cab? But it's like these people probably had an interview process, right?
Yeah,
cab drivers, that's
yeah.
their profession,
right.
And a lot of times, you know, you'll get in the car and you'll start talking to the driver, and you'll find out, you know, it's usually people's side hustle, and they have their regular lives, and it's usually like a wholesome, like, great experience. But it's just like, how do you prevent this from happening? Especially, that's a great point about if you're a little altered, like, how do you know, you know?
It's scary, and it's like, I don't know what the solution is, because like you said, I do think Uber has been helpful in terms of now people have an easier way to get home if they have been out drinking and they, you know, brought their car or something. Like, there is a safer way to prevent drunk driving incidences. But if people are abusing their rights as driver or as rider, I mean, they said in the report that sometimes it's the rider who is acting inappropriately towards the driver. And also, as a young woman, thinking like, you know, I've signed up for these other apps. It has not, you know, not crossed my mind about signing up for Uber. And it's like late night, I'm picking up a dude. Maybe he's drunk. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the situation would be. But like, that is something scary to think about.
Yeah, if I were an Uber driver, I would definitely only do it during the day. But, you know, that's not 100% proof that nothing's going to happen. But I definitely could not drive at night.
And they said that 89% of the victims were women or female identifying. It is kind of scary. And I take Ubers, like, I would say a decent amount if I don't have my car, if the metro is closed, you know, and it's usually, like, why I keep referencing night is because that's usually the time when it's needed. Like, otherwise the metro is open or buses are coming and I'll find some other way to get around. But when it comes down to you only have one option, kind of, I don't know, it's scary to think about. Very,
because some people use Uber to get home after work, like, every day. So they don't have another option. Like you were saying, sometimes that's your only option. So there's always going to be errors. People are people, so you can never 100% prevent something from happening. But I wonder, maybe this is something for Uber to think about. Uber, clearly you're listening to this podcast, Uber, whoever you are.
Well, and if you guys have any weird instances from Ubers, like, I'm trying to think through, all of my experiences have been pretty positive, except for one, but that was just where we got an argument with the Uber driver. Like, he wasn't acting inappropriately towards us in terms of, like, touching. But if you've had any incidences or something and you want to talk about it,
yeah, let us know. DM us.
Yeah.
Because I know my personal complaint, my biggest thing with Uber drivers is when you're not trying to talk and they just want to go off. And I'm like, I have both headphones in. I'm giving you one syllable, maybe two syllable things. Like, get the hint. And they don't. They'll just keep going on. I love watching people's, like, Snapchat or Instagram stories when they're filming themselves, like, trying to stop conversating with the Uber driver, and they're, like, clearly annoyed. It's so funny. But yeah, wow, I hope this trend does not continue to increase.
I hope it doesn't continue as well. It is quite terrifying.
Now we're going to go on to our last story of the day, and that is this recent political news that Senator Kamala Harris has dropped out of this presidential race. I think it's still early on. I don't know if you feel like it's early on.
For sure.
Yeah. And so we were talking before that she just doesn't seem like the type of person to, quote unquote, give up. And I understand financial obligations is very important in a presidential campaign or any kind of political campaign. But I'm just very surprised that she's dropped out at this point, because she had so much tenacity and still does. And she's just the type of person that she made it seem like she was in it to win it. And if she didn't, she would still stick in as long as she could.
for sure.
But maybe this was as long as she could go. Maybe funds are lower than we thought.
I think I was definitely surprised. I did not expect her to drop out this early. I didn't necessarily think she was going to win the primary, but I expected her to stay into the last moment. And I think it's very interesting because as she's dropping, and she's not the first person to have dropped. I mean, there are so many Democratic candidates for the primary this year, but it's kind of interesting that like she's dropping out like 2 weeks or something after Michael Bloomberg announced his running. And it kind of just shows that like finances within a presidential election are kind of everything. I don't know the exact reason why she's dropping. I'm assuming that's related to it.
Yeah, she released a video, like a 4-minute video explaining that she just doesn't have the money really anymore.
Yeah.
And I know early on in the race, there was a lot of rumors that she would not necessarily win, but would become Joe Biden's vice president candidate.
Oh.
But then the second or third debate, she basically like came at his neck, and so then it became like, oh well, she's clearly in this for the presidency, she's not going for vice anything. But also people are saying now like she's young enough to maybe run again one day. So
she is. I mean, a lot of them are young enough to run again. I would say like maybe Bernie and Biden are kind of the only two who I don't think would necessarily run again. Bernie especially because he had like a heart attack during this presidential race.
It's not funny.
It's not, but I was like surprised he came back from that though. Like apparently his daughter-in-law like had died also like that week.
Wow, that's rough. So he's been going through it. Yeah, I mean on TV they say campaign journeys are not easy. It's a rough road. Mm-hmm. You really gotta know what you're doing and be you gotta be headstrong and tough. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things that go into it. I do like what she said, what Kamala said though, when she announced that she was dropping out. Donald Trump tweeted to her saying, "Too bad, we will miss you, Kamala," and he like quote tweeted someone else that basically was saying that Kamala Harris was like another one that bit the dust, and that he guesses that it's not as easy as everyone thought to run. But so when Trump tweeted, "Too bad, we will miss you, Kamala," she responded, "Don't worry, Mr. President, I'll see you at your trial."
Pop
Savage.
off! Savage. She's popping off.
She popped off, and I love that response.
I love that too.
Time for Savage Seconds.
Oh, it's time for us to pop off. Just in case we have some newcomers this week, Savage Seconds, we have 60 seconds, 30 seconds each to pop off about anything that we could possibly want to talk about or rant about. So that's what we're about to do.
Okay, Margot, you're up first. Let me set the timer.
Okay, I cannot stand passive-aggressive people. Lately, I have been interacting with one person in specific who is very passive-aggressive, and it's like, listen, lady, just tell me how you feel. Don't fucking, like, beat around the bush with all these, like, aggressive statements. Like, I don't care. Tell me if you don't like me. I don't care. Just don't be passive-aggressive. It makes me want to wring your neck. I mean, just can I be positive and peaceful?
Okay, this is the thing. I'm so over food shaming. I will put ketchup on whatever the fuck I want to put ketchup on, okay? I don't care if it's macaroni and cheese, string beans, freaking bacon, anything. I cannot stand the... Oh my God, you're eating that? Gross. I'm sorry. Are you tasting what I'm eating? No. You just gotta look away if you have to, but like, ooh, it irks me. Like, I'm tasting it. It's my taste buds. Respect the taste buds.
Wow.
It irks me, Margot.
I can tell it irks you. You know what, Lydia? I won't judge what you eat.
Thank you, and I won't be passive aggressive because I'm with you on that. I hate when people beat around the bush.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing more frustrating. Be direct.
Okay, it's time for us to calm down. Remember, it's quote of the day time.
It's time for us to breathe.
What do you got for us this week?
All right, this is a Maya Angelou quote. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. It's a really wholesome quote, and I think it's very true. Like, there's never been a time where I'm doing creative stuff and I'm like, wow, I just can't think of anything creative anymore. I think you can like literally work on and build up creativity. I think it's a skill. I think you can get exhausted. Like, you might be like, if you've been creative all day, you might be at the end of the day and you're like, I can't do this anymore. But like, you still have that tool to use. And I just think that was a really pretty quote and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you can find creativity anywhere. You know how you hear people say you can spark creativity in different things. So it's like, it can never truly end. And, some people will sit and have those creative brainstorms and that kind of thing, which I love.
Go be creative this week, guys.
My quote is an ancient Persian proverb that says, "I cursed the fact that I had no shoes until I saw a man who had no feet." And I know that's kind of dark, but I really took it as a reminder to be grateful, put things into perspective. Like, things could always get worse. And I think that's something to remember when you feel down about something. And that's not to say that whatever you're feeling isn't justified and not bad enough, because everything's relative. But it's just a reminder that we have so much to be thankful and grateful for.
For sure. And not too far after Thanksgiving. Go out and be thankful and grateful with your weeks and create.
Thank you guys so much for joining us once again. We hope that everything is going well with you today and always, and we can't wait to talk to you in a couple weeks.
See you soon. And that is our show.
Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at popoffsis.podcast and our personal accounts at Lydia__Parker
and at Trouvé. Be sure to check out all of our episodes at popoffsis.wixsite.com/website. Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time.